Morning. Ugh. I'm not sorry. So I'm going to continue on with Ecto 1 builds, so to speak. I've got all the 3 remaining proton packs laid out here. I'm going to go ahead and knock these out because it's just the same thing. I'm just going to factory do this, just boom, 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 every step, just pull the pieces I need, do the thing, and then you know, for the hoses and stuff that are problematic, I'll do that. I did want to get some 3-in-1 oil today for helping screw into metal and stuff like that. Also, it would probably be super helpful for putting some of these hoses on, especially on this kit, where some of the pegs or nipples or whatever you want to call them are very tight and like super hard to get the hose on. I need to wash my hands first. I just got done wiping off the counter where I had a massive bacon grease spill. So I literally like doused the counter in bacon grease. Well, in some aspects it's yay bacon, but other aspects, no, don't do that. There we go. So the wifey just left. She has to go help a coworker in another office get caught up who is severely behind on paperwork. So she actually gets to spend her only day off actually still working. So that really sucks. One thing I noticed yesterday while I was setting up for the time lapse, I don't know if I mentioned this, Samsung has given us back Pro Video mode. Like, that excites me. Like, they just did an update Friday afternoon did an update. So it's entirely possible I'll have Pro Video mode back. I have been complaining about that for over a year, maybe 2, since they got rid of that. So I'm going to try it out after I do all this. So I'm going to spend a couple hours doing these things, and then I'm going to film some quickies, you know, with the Power Rangers and the Luke Skywalker, and then the Ryo that I have, and then at that point I am caught up on everything I've got currently. I think it's just gonna be one of those days where I'm just checked out and doing my own thing all day. I'm pretty sure there won't be a live stream tonight. I really don't. I'm not in the mood for that in the same way since things went down the way they did last week. And yeah, right now I'm definitely avoiding confrontation because I just don't know if I can deal with the outcome of said confrontation. So there's that. That's one reason I'm just gonna dive into work at least for a few hours. I'm still tired. My legs are really weak from yesterday at work. It's just so much. I never checked my stats, but I'm sure I probably did more than 10,000 steps yesterday just at work. And that takes a lot out of you. Like, people who regularly exercise, not that big of a deal. This is like one day of torrential work, if that's even a way to put that. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to do these things. I think one video I'm going to do this week so that I have some Gunpla content. I think I am going to make a specific kit bash of the core Gundams. So I with the leftover Gundam, so to speak, I got some interesting ideas for a color combo. And I might see it through, like just go ahead and start pulling things apart just to make this color combo happen. And if I do that, at least today or tomorrow, I'll video it and just show it off. Not like a review of anything like that, but it's going to be a long day. I'm tired. I don't have a ton to do, but this right here, just with these 3 things, like I said, I'm going to time-lapse this just like I did with the actual Ecto build. Which, now that we're building more of the car, I am getting excited. Knowing that next time is like more of the chassis and the body, so like it's literally just like 3 huge chunks of the body go on next, is pretty freaking cool in my mind. I have a bunch of stuff like that I bought the other day that I'm gonna have to find a way to ship out, and I don't have boxes remotely large enough for that. So we'll see what happens. I got 3 people's worth of stuff to send out, but like I said, Ghostbuster stuff. I'm gonna put something on to watch, and then just sort of go through this, and then I have to find a way to make the match this one as best I can, because the hoses and stuff are all the wrong lengths. And my nose is running and it won't quit, so. So after probably an hour, hour and a half, I don't actually know how long that was, I got them done. So this was the original, and then these are the ones that I got done since. Now things I did a little bit differently. Oh my god, look at this. Okay, no, I'm sorry. This is the original, and this is one of the new ones. Okay, so you can see here the differences in the red hose there and there. I tucked it down further, connected the 2 red hoses, and then the black hose. Yeah, you can see the glue in a lot of these, but I don't care. Which one is it? This one right here. The top peg for that red hose broke off at some point while we were doing this. I had to find it and then glued it in place. So that one's always going to be a little bit wonky. One thing I did forget about is where the spring hose wire thing comes out needed to be clearanced. I didn't do that on like 2 of them. I did it on half of the last 2, if that makes sense, because I did it on one side and then the other side, but then I only did it on no side, I think, on that one. But either way, those are done. Good God, that's a lot of work, and you don't even get the gurney for like ever. Like, to me, if it was going to take this long, they should have given you the gurney as well to go ahead and put them on, because there's, it's not like there's any Ghostbusters for them to go on. So you just have to store these things super carefully for months and months and months, possibly a year. It's like, this is one of those things that, yeah, you could have given me this near the end. I probably would have been fine with. So I'm picking up all the little scraplets. So the other thing is I trimmed down the hoses about as tight as I could, and you can see where this blue one, I loop it around a lot more. Here I just tuck it down more. This needs a little bit more. But for now, it's break time. I've been watching some Jacksepticeye, or at least listening to it. So I gotta take a break, go to the bathroom. This is my tired face. So, between general exhaustion, who's not my favorite military commander, um, that's also the level of humor I'm at right now. Between just physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion, I'm done with this fucking week. Like, so things went down on Tuesday. I made a whole lot of people angry at me, along with some very important people, to me at least, angry at me. And it's been sitting basically unresolved for a week. I mean, it's Sunday, but you can do the math. Just avoiding the problem, trying to let the situation calm down. And then it just like, I had to vent, so I did. You guys saw the Facebook and YouTube posts and Discord posts. So I had to vent a little bit, at least where my mind was. And so that attracted a lot of attention, like, usually those things do, especially if you know me. So a lot of people checked in on me today, which is good, I guess. It is what it is. Apparently, I still have some friends. Talked to Sean Love for like 2 hours, which was fun. So he and I have never sat down and had a real conversation. We just texted. It was kind of fun. It was one of those things I wish could have been a podcast. I mean, there was some really personal stuff in there, but like it would have been a good podcast because it's just a good conversation. And then after that, I talked with a lot of people who were messaging me while I was on the phone. And eventually, I did get around to talking to the person that I was mostly concerned about, and we've hashed things out for the most part. But in reality, the world is just really fucked right now, and everyone is suffering on a different level. And my brain and my heart and everything is just done with it. So, like a lot of people, I was basically, while I had real thoughts, real views, things like that, it just comes down to needed to emotionally lash out because my voice, my thoughts, my opinions were not being heard. And that's where countless people are right now in the world. And Facebook and especially Twitter have turned into these massively toxic environments where you're not allowed to have contradictive thoughts and feelings. You're just not. You can't. If you are different from a mainstream narrative of some sort, I'm not even going into sides of things. I don't even care anymore. If you're different from the mainstream, you get beaten down. If you voice an opinion or even facts, like real numbers and stuff like that, from what other people believe, you get beaten down. And if you sit around and you say nothing, you just get trampled on. And the frustration comes from feeling like you don't have a voice. You don't have a way to express yourself. And you, from evidence, you see that if you do voice your opinion, regardless of what side you're on, I don't even care, I'm saying it again, you get trampled on. You get beaten down. You get canceled. You get shunned. And that's what happened. On both sides of the argument that we're going on, that's exactly what was happening. One side feeling like their opinion didn't matter and arguing just to be heard, basically, and feeling that their thoughts and feelings and opinions and proof and evidence were all better and more right than the other person. And that's the main symptom of what's happening right now. I don't care which side you're on. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. I don't care what your political beliefs are. You're in the right and you're in the wrong. That's what it is. You can't be right. No matter how much you care, no matter what kind of facts you can pull out from whatever website, everyone has Google, everyone can try to be more right than you. And the way I keep saying it is like, you might never actually be wrong, but they're going to try to be more right. Um, and that's where my main feelings are right now, is that there's just lies. There's lies, there's deception, there's manipulation, there's censorship, and whatever side you're on, you're dealing with it. You know, I'm not even going to go into the specific political landscape, because it's everywhere. It's everything. It's hard to know what to believe. It's hard to know how you should feel. All you know is that you're left with feelings of anxiety or angst or just straight up anger at what's happening in the world. It doesn't even matter what situation anymore. It's every day, it's in every direction. It's hard to be happy. It's hard to find joy. It's hard to know who to trust. It's hard to know who is on your side or who's just picking up more evidence against you. It's hard. And, you know, friends can turn on you in an instant. Family can turn on you in an instant, and you don't even know what just happened. You just know you've lost people that were important to you. And like I said, it doesn't even matter what side you're on, because it's happening both ways. It's happening in all directions. And that's what's been going on all week long. And like I said, I'm not going to specifically address the thing that happened. If the people involved, we've more or less talked it out. And, you know, basically it comes to this resolution. I'm tired of fucking fighting. I'm tired of it. I don't have a real fight left me anymore. I just want to fucking live. I just want to have fun. I want to have joy. I want to be able to talk to people normally without it having to be a fucking fight. It's like, I'm normally someone who has to be right. Sometimes it is my way or the highway. But that's usually when I know I'm definitely right. Now, there's no good way to be definitely right on anything. You're just fighting to fight. You're just arguing to argue. Like I said, anybody can just grab Google and find all the information they need to prove their point over and over, regardless of what anybody else has in the counter. It's like, at this point, I literally just threw my hands up and go, fuck it. I can't be right. It's like I can't be right with an opinion or with facts. So fuck it. Who cares anymore? Why the hell are we even still fighting about this? So that's what I was telling the people I was having these issues with. It's like, look, I don't care if you have different political beliefs to me. I don't. It's like, that was never part of our friendship. You know, it's like, we were friends because we're friends. And are we going to throw this away because of this? I was like, this? No. This is bullshit. Either we can be friends and accept that we have different points of view, which is actually great to do with your friends, because then you can have conversations about things. Then you can talk through other stuff. A different point of view is how conversations even happen. If you believe in the same things, what do you talk about? The same shit over and over again? Because that gets boring. I've legit, like, basically dropped friend groups for that reason. It's like, are we ever gonna do anything else? Is this the one note we're on? It's like, fine, it's a shared hobby, but is there anything else? You know, I've been there. I've been like, okay, I'm just kind of done with this. It's like, I don't dislike you guys, but this is seriously boring. It's like, it's just all this, you know? But the world is such a fucking savage place right now, and I can't deal with it anymore. I just can't. I've lost too many people in the last 5 months. I probably have people that I've lost that I literally do not know are gone. It's like, and other people are going through shit and they're stressed the fuck out, and life sucks. Like, there's very few people right now that can just say, no, life's cool. I got no problems. Very few people. Whether it's a illness, a terrible disease that's ravaging the world, especially our country, whether it's just political fucking mayhem that I don't care what side you're on of it. It's mayhem. It's mayhem and it's anarchy and it's bad for everyone. And as a species, we have to get through this and still manage to live with each other tomorrow. And right now, it's not looking like that's a fucking reality. So when I said I've got no hope right now, I don't have much hope. I live in a world that I daily have to go out and risk my health just to have a job. My wife has to do the same thing. Different job, same kind of problem. So, if you guys know, I've got really bad rain anxiety and flood anxiety, storm anxiety, and it's hurricane season. So it's literally like, okay, next week we might have a hurricane bearing down on us, and we have a terrible disease, and we have violent protests, and we have other terrible shit that could possibly be happening in the world. It's just like, okay, can I just go back to 2019 when I was only worried about money? Like, money is one of the only things I'm not worried about right now. Oh god, I just said that out loud. It's like, I'm doing okay. It's like the one thing I was like worried about more than anything last year is not even really a problem this year. And it's just like everything else is fucking ridiculous. At the end of this year, I'm just going to wipe every post from Facebook. Every post. Because next year, I don't want to have memories of anything that happened this year. It's so goddamn ridiculous. So fucking ridiculous. And everyone feels helpless. Everyone feels fucking miserable. And it's not stopping. And we have to remember that we have to survive everything that's happening now to get back to something of a normal life and still have something left to live with. And I think people are forgetting that. People just really want to be right because they've got nothing better to do. If you're stranded at home for months on end, either on a lockdown or you did get sick or you're just trying to avoid getting sick, and then all of this horrendous shit is happening all over the fucking world all at the same time, it's too much. So for the most part, I'm staying off of Facebook. I'm not posting except on the Shoky page. I'm commenting on, actually I am posting technically in at least Plastic Cannibals. I'm trying to have friendly conversations about stuff I actually love. That's the things I'm trying to focus on right now. I'm trying to avoid people in posts that are going to set me off. I'm trying to avoid engaging in the same bullshit. I'm so tired of all of it, guys. I'm so tired. And I know so many other people are there. Just be done with it. Stop it. Just stop. If you're making hateful posts, whether it's about the president, whether it's about whatever's going on the West Coast, whether it's about a fucking mask, just stop. Like, walk away. And this goes out to everybody. I don't care. This goes out to everyone. Just fucking walk away from it. Walk away from the fucking news cycles that is just a constant barrage of hate and destruction. Whatever really brought you joy, unless you're just one of those sadistic people, go fucking find that and focus on it. Find a hobby that doesn't hurt anybody. Focus intently on it for the next 10 months while we get through the bullshit, and before we have to start dealing with any other new bullshit. We need to get through this bullshit. Find a hobby, find a distraction, cut out shit from your life that is making it worse. Unfollow people on Facebook. Maybe don't defriend them yet. Just unfollow them. Or just snooze it for 30 days and give them another chance in 30 days. If you repeatedly see people just constantly posting hate and just trying to fucking piss people off, call them out on it. Tell them, look, I want to be your friend still, but you gotta stop. You gotta stop this. I'm not trying to censor you, but for for the ability to be able to be a relatable person again, you gotta stop. And that's where I was. That's basically what happened to me. Posting stuff almost daily to prove points. Posting stuff, whether it was funny, some of it was just for shits and giggles because it was legitimately funny, but on a serious point, I deleted even those posts. I deleted most of the posts going back unless they were of an actual real substantial thing, an actual talking point, not just a daggers, not just fucking stabbing at people. I had to, because otherwise I was just going to keep being reminded of what happened. I would just keep showing people all this fucking hate, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I can be a dick, but I care about people and I care about things. I do have a point of view I'd like to express, but right now I've just got to fucking swallow it. I've got to isolate from the bullshit and try to find some fucking happiness again, because I was done with everything. And I've been basically alone all day long, sitting in this misery until I finally got to talk to some people. I'm still not out of the misery entirely, and I feel like shit right now, but that's mostly just the exhaustion, and my head hurts from staring at a computer screen or a phone screen all day. And you can tell my sinuses are going wonky, and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten for a few hours, and it's getting late, and the wifey's not going to be home for a while. I really want a Coke. Think about running just to the store. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired of it all. Like the quote from The Green Mile. I'm so tired of everybody being so mean to each other, or evil, whatever he said. Whatever John Coffey said to, I'm just tired of it all. Because he could feel the hate of everybody because he was somehow... Either way, Green Mile is a fucking fantastic movie, and if you don't cry at the end of it, you're a monster. There's some divisive words. It's like, but yeah, basically just tired of all of the hate. And I've stopped watching certain podcasts that I did enjoy because it went from being somewhat educational to borderline hate mongering. And I'm like, it's getting to him too. I was like, this started out one way when I started watching it several weeks ago, and now it's going down this road because he's being inundated with it. Like, and it's passing on. And I've noticed that since I haven't been watching it basically hourly, um, I felt a little bit different. Either it's just because I'm no longer being inundated with those particular news stories that were very emotionally driven, or whether it's just not seeing someone else have those same emotions. Now, I have watched a couple because I do still want to be informed about what's going on, but I'm trying not to absorb the emotions of it, because it's hard enough at this point to deal with my own emotions, let alone absorb the negative emotions of someone else. So I've been spending my time watching more positive things, watching reviews of other people, watching other cool podcasts and shit like that, trying to laugh, trying to watch others be happy instead of listening to them be miserable with what's going on. And I can't ignore what's happening 100% in the world, but I can turn off some of it so that I can try to be peaceful with people, especially ones I care about, you know? And I do appreciate everybody who reached out. A couple were slightly surprising, ever so slightly. It's like there's other people I go like, why didn't this person reach out? I don't want to be that way, um, um, because some people just aren't following what you do. You know, was it a cry for help? A little bit. Was it specifically to draw out particular people? Not really. It was just me needing to vent and let things out. Kind of like this right now. This has been a 20-minute rant of me just holding a phone and staring at it, and hopefully I added some cuts just to break things up. Like, it's just, I'm tired of people being ugly to each other. That's what he said. I'm just tired, boss. Tired of people being ugly to one another. Fucking great movie, by the way. Also, people need to watch Robot Jocks. Total non sequitur. Because I was talking to Sean Love, and he brought up Robot Jocks, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like, yes, people need to watch Robot Jocks, because if in the end of that movie, two mortal enemies can come together and peacefully agree to stop fighting, because frankly, they deserve to live and be more than just that. It's a great fucking thing, and maybe I need to review Robot Jock so people can really know how good that silly movie from like 1990 is. So, but for now, I think I'm gonna go. What time is it? Shit, it's 8 o'clock. I think I'm gonna just go grab a late dinner. And oh yeah, I've got pickled chips. By the way, I know I'm just rambling. So, I don't think I talked about these. I meant to the other day. So, these Utz's, the crab chip. I'm not really big on crab stuff, like real life crab, but apparently this is made to taste much like if you were to have like a clam bake or whatever up in the New Englandy area or Maryland, where apparently that's a big thing. So, basically Old Bay seasoning. It's actually not bad. It gets to you after a while, but it's good. But I grabbed these this morning because I didn't notice them before. Fried dill pickle potato chips. I'm gonna try these. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow, because I want to just go do a thing. I just want to go. Bye. Alright guys, so sorry, I'm still about to run to the store to get some food. If you guys are familiar with the corner lamp here, the one that usually makes everything orange, earlier, while I've been on the phone texting, I could swear the lights were flickering. But then I just attributed it to my eyes being tired and with dim lighting, and it being behind the phone, that my eyes just weren't focusing. It's burned out now. That is a CFL bulb. If you guys are familiar with CFL, the spiral types. And it has been in there legitimately for like 5 years. It's just now died. So, I have bulbs, so I guess I can replace that later. But that's funny. I was like, I legitimately even told Thomas earlier, I was like, okay, I think my eyes are messed up, or this light is going wonky. So I just attributed it to my eyes being wonky. My eyes are super tired. Not even gonna lie, they hurt. But that's funny. That's what happened. The light burned out while I was thinking that it was dying. So I had to throw that in there.